And the vice president at the end of it said, you guys could have given up, but you kept going. You kept going. But that wasn't the lesson for me in that experience. The lesson for me is what the vice president did. Because remember, I not only said your genius will make room for you, but your genius actually shows up in the exact same way in every single thing that you do. He had an obligation to his team. He was not going to let anything ruin it. He's a human-centered person, but his genius was being a problem solver. And so while we were frantic and couldn't figure anything out, he literally threw off his jacket very Superman-like and threw it in the truck and said, get to the back, put it in neutral. If you don't know how to move forward, at least put it in neutral and let someone else push you to where you need to go. It was the biggest lesson that I learned in how genius shows up in the exact same way. Whether you're in the boardroom, you're in the back of house in the restaurant, no matter what it is, it shows up the exact same way to serve people at the highest level, and it will serve you at the highest level. Your genius always makes room for you when you tell it where to go. But when you step boldly into your genius and tell it how to create opportunities for you, life really, truly takes off for you. Does anyone know what the word opportunity means? Because you cannot expect results for work that you have not done. And a chaotic mind, meaning someone that's not clear on what their genius is, what their steps should be leaving this amazing past few days of this expo. A chaotic mind will make either poor choices or no choices at all. And that is why this experience is so powerful. Get to your genius. The world requires it. But like I said at the beginning, your genius must make room for you. But it cannot make room for you if you don't tell it where to take you. So knowing what your genius is, or knowing what the genius of your company is, knowing what the genius of your team is, or your service or your product is one thing. But where do you want your genius to take you is the other question. And so what opportunities do you want your genius, now that you know it, to create for you? What new rooms do you want it to take you to, like this room today or this conference, right? What new conversations do you want to have as a result of your genius? What new items do you want to produce as a result of your genius? What new top talent do you want to bring into your company as a result of your genius? What new conversations do you want to have? What food do you want? And I heard there was amazing food. I missed yesterday. Is that true? Someone told me earlier, they're like, I got to roll out of this conference. That's how much great food it was. But what new food do you want to eat as a result of your genius? What kind of vacation do you want to go on as a reward of your genius paying off and exponential growth within your organization as a result of your genius? Remember, the quality of your questions determine the quality of your life. And for many of us, we say we want these things, but oftentimes we're not ready to do the hard internal work to get there by asking ourselves deep questions and continuing to ask questions over and over and over again until we become the person that can do the thing and answer the questions. What opportunities do you want created as a result of your genius?